Hi, Tim. This is blog number 30 for Practicum. This week, we're being asked to discuss analyzing our Practicum experiences, which entail discussion of critical issues emerging from the 6th month of our Practicum, reflect on progress of ePortfolio, and reflect on PD involvement during the 6th month. So, ePortfolio, done, thank God. We're all aware of that one. Analyzing Practicum experiences, a discussion of critical issues emerging from this 6th month. I really haven't had a lot of critical issues, I'd say. Aside from what I kind of touched on last week, I'm struggling with my mental well-being, I suppose, as an educator. I've found this third semester that just wrapped up to be extremely overwhelming and just led to such a case of burnout for me professionally. I was just doing nothing but going to school every day and teaching, and then going home at night and working on various assignments, what feels like for several months now. So I'm thankful that's over because I can get back to finding a balance in my own life outside of the classroom or outside of doing homework. But that was a critical issue I was facing. I was struggling with that immensely. So that is about the only critical issue that I was facing within this time frame since my last few blogs. So I'm glad that I'm getting a bit of a breather now. PD involvement during the 6th month. Well, again, because I am outside of my broad days, I'm constantly finding ways to research new material, to build the shell up a little bit more, to learn more about what the hell I'm talking about. Because there are some students here that are familiar with automotive or transportation, and students are not shy about calling me out if I'm wrong. So to mitigate being called out, I've tried to learn as much as possible about what I'm presenting. And it's worked out pretty well. I have not had so much of an issue in this class delivering material or talking about material. It's just been a matter of keeping students busy. And that is something else that I guess I've been building on with my PD development. I've been finding different projects to keep students busy, different ways to manage 22 students at a time when I only have one shop car. That was something last one that really I struggled with last semester. In terms of other PD developments, something exciting I would like to share, and I don't know if I've mentioned this yet or not, but I was approached last week prior to March break by the school board about stepping into the SHSM lead for transportation. As it stands, nobody's filling that void, and as I am the only transportation body in this school, the school asked me if I'd be willing to consider it. Now, my tech head here wasn't going to push it on me because he thinks that this is overwhelming enough, I suppose, with me doing Windsor schooling and then this on top of it. But I told him that I just wrapped up my schooling for the third semester and I would love to take on this experience because I think it'd be invaluable to my development to learn more about this SHSM, the background of that, to be the lead on that, to put that on a resume moving forward. And I've made it pretty clear at times in some of these blogs that I don't know my stubbornness to take on an LTO to make money to fund my way through this got in the way of allowing me to properly develop. But on the flip side of that, putting myself in this position only gave me that sink or swim opportunity that I really needed to be successful. I don't know that I understand that working with those three other mentors were super beneficial to me, and I would have flourished quite a bit learning from them. But I also think that I can stand on my own too and take it till I make it, figure it out as I go. And I think a lot of that, from what I talk to educators, is it takes several years to actually feel comfortable as an educator in a classroom. So I jumped the gun a little bit earlier than necessary. I should have, I guess, right? But had I stayed at the school that I was at and did construction over there, they already had their SHSM leads in all their departments. I don't know I'd be presented this opportunity that I'm getting right now to be the SHSM lead here at this school. And while it's automotive, again, it's not my background, I think there's going to be a lot of valuable learning experiences in that I can take with me moving forward into my next role, wherever that might be, whether it's at this school next year or if it's at another school. I just think it's something awesome to be putting on my resume as I go along. So, also, lastly, I guess, other news exciting that I can share in terms of PD development is I was approached, again, our board is running summer schools, and I was asked if I'd like to teach 1 week of summer school prior to heading up to Windsor to finish out our program. So I'm going to be teaching a week of automotive to the incoming grade 9 students. They're going to be getting their summer credit uh, before entering, I guess, into the school this year. So I've been asked to take that on. So I'm going to teach that for an entire week. And yeah, that'll be my first taste of summer school experience. I've also been asked to reprise my role. Last year, I did an OYAP summer camp, and I was asked if I'd be interested in doing that again. And if the timing works out from when we finish up in Windsor, that 2 week window, if I can get in for at least a week to do that, I would love to do that again. So I had such a fun time with that last year, teaching the skill trades to young people. I think that's everything in terms of PD development or exciting news that I might have. I'm glad to report, that I think that week off during March break really helped me reel in a few emotions and just I don't know. I needed a break from the schooling. I felt the schooling was crushing me, and I wasn't allowing myself enough downtime to get things done. I like to get all these assignments done and stay ahead of things, but I also realize that it consumes me, and I've got to learn to find a balance if I'm going to ever be successful in a classroom. If I'm going to ever deal with a kid that does this to me and not immediately see red. So I've got to find a way to disconnect and recharge and not take it too seriously. Because like you said in your response that you sent me the other day, which I really appreciate too, by the way, and the fact that you remembered the Anaheim Ducks halfway through a sentence too, I found that pretty funny. But I will find that there are people that I can lean on, and there's people that I can't lean on, people that I can go to, people that I can't go to, and that is education as a whole. And I'm learning. I'm getting a crash course on that, maybe faster than some of my other peers. Uh, Again, like because I'm the only transportation, I have nobody else to go to for transportation questions other than the professional connections that I've made from other schools' transportation leads and from some of the people in our cohort, like Paul and Rob and Daryl as well. So I tried to leverage those as much as possible to help on my PD. I feel like I'm rambling at this point in time. I'm glad this is the blog number 30. There's 2 blogs to go after this. But yeah, that's my blog this week. It's coming to terms with there's things I can control and there's things I can't control. And I can't stress out about the things that I can't control. I can only focus on what I can do, and that is to give, and like you said, my students the best opportunity to succeed so they don't lose. Me losing, I'm 40 some years old. It's not about me at this point in time. It's about the people that I'm standing in front of every day and giving them the best option to succeed. So that is my entry this week. Again, the range of emotions, up and down. I'm hoping to find a baseline here soon. And look forward to seeing you on the weekend and in blog number 31 coming up in the near future next week. Talk soon, Tim.